Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Shri Advaita Gadadhar,
Shri Advaita Gadadhar,
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Let's discuss something about overcoming anxiety through spiritual practices. Okay, first and foremost, you all can tell me the causes of anxiety. Then from there we'll pick it up. Okay, deadlines. Yes. Okay, deadlines. Exam. Very nice. Exams. Overthinking, anxiety. Okay, desire. Yes. Fear of so many things. Yes. And okay, attachment. I was just trying to understand what does our Acharya say about anxiety. See, first and foremost, which I could find is expectation. As soon as there's expectation, naturally anxiety comes. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a very beautiful shloka which says, Krishna bhakta nishkama ataeva shanta, bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakali ashanta. Anyone who has any expectation, naturally he'll be ashant. Naturally he'll have some anxiety. So people who expect bhukti, that is enjoyment, luxury, dhunte dhunte anxiety start ho jata hai. Yes. People who want something higher, even moksha, even siddhi, that is some mystic powers, even they go through some anxiety. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada writes, as long as one works for personal sense gratification, he will always be full of anxiety. So whenever we are just thinking about ourselves and our sense gratification, this is the first cause of anxiety, expectation. Second one, I was very astonished when I was studying and doing some research on this aspect of anxiety. It says when we don't maintain internal cleanliness, that causes anxiety. See, external to theek hai. So we all understand, and fortunately the nature has made our bodies in such a way that we have to keep it clean. Just imagine not taking bath for a few days. Naturally body will stink. It will itch, etc. So we have to take bath. And when we take bath, we feel good. But when it comes to internal dirt, very difficult to firstly comprehend what it is, first to understand what it is, and then work on it to remove. And in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the internal dirt, Krishna is categorizing in 3 categories. He says, lust, anger and greed. He calls these 3 as royal path to hellish condition. Kama, Krodha and Lobha. And therefore Krishna is telling Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita that give up these 3. Kama, Krodha and Lobha. Give up these 3. Because these 3 will lead to hellish conditions. Now as soon as there is internal dirt, internal contamination, naturally there will be mental anxieties. Therefore we see in the Vedic times, people are naturally peaceful. Naturally. Because they would work so much in cleansing internally. Abhi external cleansing pe bahut zyada dhyan diya jata hai. Yes. So much. This shampoo, this soap and lotion and this and that, whatever. You all know it better. Yes. But hardly anyone works on the internal cleanliness. And when you work on internal cleanliness, naturally the mental anxieties will go away. And people will naturally become peaceful. Naturally. So there's a second thing, that is lack of internal cleanliness. So first one is expectations. I'm just giving the broad categories and all of you are intelligent, to give your own explanations to it. Second one is lack of internal cleanliness. Third one is incompatibility. Naturally, when we find ourselves to be incompatible in this world or with people, naturally we feel anxiety. See, one of the greatest anxieties that people have in this world is fear of unknown. And the most dangerous fear that people have, the most critical one is the fear of death. Yes. Everyone has. ऐसे कोई नहीं है कि जो तैयार है एकदम हाँ अभी चलो कल मरेंगे. I don't think anyone is. Even the person who is there on the verge of death, even he would be very much interested to live for some more time. He will tell कि थोड़ा और मेरा लाइफ स्पैन बढ़ा दो, बहुत काम है करने के लिए. Fear of unknown and especially fear of death. Why is it that everyone knows that as certain at death, this is what we call it as, right? The phrase in English. Everyone knows we're supposed to die. But फिर भी तैयार क्यों नहीं है हम लोग? Because inherently, we all, as spirit soul, we are stuck in this body. Spirit soul is permanent. And naturally, for us, you know what is our expectation? Everything else around should also be permanent, including this body. Why do people cry when someone dies? Anyways, we know everyone is going to die one or the other day. I have never heard people saying, चलो अच्छा है मर गया. वो तो हाइट हो जाएगा एकदम अगर कोई ऐसे बोले भी. Even if they want to tell, they will tell ऐसा कोने में जाके एकदम चलो अच्छा हुआ चला गया. Openly people will not tell. But one thing that we can notice and we can observe is no one likes, and when someone near and dear one dies, naturally there's so much of pain. What is the pain all about? काश थोड़े दिन और जी लेते. Why you're expecting? Because our natural expectation as spirit soul is I am permanent, so everyone else also should be permanent. Everything that I have also should be permanent. And therefore, when we are stuck in this material world, in this material body which is temporary, naturally there's incompatibility. You can imagine we are spirit soul, permanent entities in this body. We are stuck in something temporary. So permanent getting stuck in temporary, naturally incompatible. Naturally. And each one of us sitting here, each one of us, we all are searching for happiness. You know why we're searching for happiness? Because the natural inherent quality of the spirit soul to be happy. So jo bhi inherent quality hai na, we are searching for that. Our inherent quality is to be eternal. Our inherent quality is to be happy. Our inherent quality is to be knowledgeable. Therefore, as soon as something happens around, we immediately ask, "Ye kya hua?" In the middle of the road, people stop their cars to go and check what happened. As soon as there's some crowd, "Kya hua?" We're very inquisitive. Because the natural quality of the spirit soul is Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat means eternal. Chit means full of knowledge. And Ananda means blissful. It's inherent quality. But क्या करें हम ऐसे दुनिया में अभी फंसे हुए हैं, which is asat, which is not eternal, achit, which is full of ignorance, and nirananda, that is, should I say no happiness? I don't think there'll be anything wrong if I say no happiness. Because whatever little happiness is there, that's flickering. Just imagine someone is very thirsty. Very, very thirsty. And you give him maybe a quarter glass of water. And now when he drinks that water, will his thirst increase or decrease? He'll increase more. He'll feel like, अरे और पानी लेके आओ, अभी taste मिल गया ना, और पानी लेके आओ. Because many times people do vratas called nirjala. तो पूरा दिन जब पानी नहीं पीते तो ठीक है. Once you drink water, you feel like drinking it more. The same thing is here in this world. People try to get some happiness, little they will get, and they'll hanker for more and more and more. And because of this nature of this world and our nature, and it doesn't match, there's so much of incompatibility. Naturally, there is anxiety. Naturally, you see. Therefore, as I said, first one is expectation. Second one is lack of internal cleanliness. And third one is incompatibility. Fourth one, to go more deeper, is misidentification of what? Our own identity. Now, as soon as we ask this question, what is the cause of fear? Srimad Bhagavatam gives an answer. See, our Vedic scriptures are so amazing. You ask any question, there's a precise answer to it. ऐसे नहीं कि maybe, perhaps and all that. Pakka. So what is the cause of fear? And it says, Bhayam dvitiyad abhinivesh tasyat. So what is the cause of bhaya? Abhinivesh. Abhinivesh means absorption. Absorption means absorption in what? Absorption in temporary things. And what is a temporary thing that we're talking about? Believing that I am this body. Believing that I am this body, that itself creates anxiety. Many times you might have heard that self-realized people are fearless. Have you heard that? Why they are fearless? Because they understand one thing very clearly. My identity is I am spirit, soul, and not this body. Simple. As soon as this realization dawns upon a person, or he is blessed with this realization, and when he does not identify with this body, naturally he'll become fearless about anything and everything that happens to this body and things connected to this body. Because what is anxiety all about? I lose something related to this body, or I lose this body. That's what is anxiety, the core anxiety. And Shastras make it very clear that as soon as we misidentify ourselves with something else which we are not, we'll become fearful, anxiety. Simple example. All of us, I'm sure, and all of us dream at night when we sleep. At least sometimes we might be dreaming. Sometimes people sitting in the class, at that time also they dream. Yes. So I don't think I need to explain more on dreams. But as soon as we get into a dream, you know what happens? There's a different identity that we get in the dream. We are a different person there in the dream, in a different place. In the dream, you're running, someone is following you, or you're falling from the cliff, or you're drowning in the water. Basically, you're on the verge of death. ऐसे dream आया किसी को? In the dream, you're going through something, and you're in so much of anxiety because of that. And as soon as the dream breaks, and when you come out to reality, suddenly you feel a great sigh of relief. Have you experienced that? Why? Because there was a misidentification of the personality in the dream. But as soon as you are awake, then we realize, okay, I am the same person. Okay, everything around us, okay, same. So this is the cause that is given in the Vedic scriptures. That as soon as we misidentify ourselves with something which we are not, immediately there is anxiety that creeps in. I was thinking, what is the root of all the anxiety? I'm sure most of you might be having kids, or we ourselves when we were kids. See, one thing that we see in kids is, if parents are around, they're very confident. This happened just before COVID. We are having a session. There's a senior devotee who came for giving the session. And I was the one sitting and recording his video. So like this only, there's a tripod and then there's Vyasasana and table, etc. So one boy came, so I was sitting just behind the tripod. The boy came and he's going between the tripod and me, walking like this. And I became very angry, because that will disturb the speaker also. Then with angry eyes, I looked at him. You know what that boy did? He smiled at me. And I was like, itna confidence kahan se aaya? And then what he was doing, again and again he was looking behind. फिर पीछे मुड़ के देखा कौन है? So his father was sitting behind. Then that day I was thinking, just because the parent is there, this kid is so fearless. So fearless. And here is a proof that when the father is there, and when he's able to see his father with that connection, free of anxiety. When the father is not there, so much of anxiety. Another example we can take. Say the parent with the kid is crossing the road, heavy traffic. There are vehicles coming from both the sides. So the kid is holding the little finger of the father or mother, of the parent. And now the parent is looking on either side. But the kid is not interested in that. The kid is like, Papa, look at that. Mummy, look at that. And the parent is in anxiety. And then in that entire crowd, the same kid, when he just leaves that little finger and say the parent goes ahead and now only the kid is there, will the kid will be as jolly as he was before? He'll go mad crying in that entire situation where the cars are moving here and there and so many unknown people around. He'll go mad. Therefore, I was wondering that the cause of anxiety is this even in our life. Just leaving that little finger. Just leaving that little finger of our eternal parent. See, our eternal parent has got a very strong little finger, With that strong little finger, he picked up the Govardhan hill for 7 days and 7 nights. Very strong little finger. But as soon as we get separated from the Lord, that is the time when all the anxiety begins. All the anxiety begins. This is the root cause of everything. Root cause of everything. And many times, we see that just to get rid of anxiety, people do a lot of things in this world. A lot of things. Can you all tell me some things? What people do to get rid of anxieties? Listen to music. Very nice. I'll not ask which music. Yes. And? Okay, going for a holiday. Yes. Oh, very nice. Okay, eating. One of my friends, whenever he gets into anxiety, he eats a lot. Yes. Again, intoxication. People want to either take drugs or take some alcohol or cigarette or whatever. Yes. They go to? Retreats. Yes, retreats. So in this way, see, people try to do various different things. Seemingly, it might work also for some time, but again, they're back to square one. Because the root is not addressed. And we have discussed the root very clearly with so many broad categories. The root is not addressed. When the root is not addressed, kuch bhi kar lo superficially, it's not going to work. Therefore, in a very beautiful book written by a very great devotee, his name is Kulashekar Alvar, King Kulashekar. He writes, in his very beautiful work called Mukundamala Stotra. He says something and he gives us a permanent solution. There's a permanent solution for all the problems actually. But since the discussion is about anxiety, it very much caters to this discussion also. Please repeat this. I'll divide every line into two, so it will be easy to recite. Mukunda Murdna Pranipatya Yache Bhavantam Ekantam Ayantam Artham Avismritastvak Charanarvinde Bhave Bhave Mestu Bhavat Prasada. He's saying, Hey Mukunda, Hey Kṛṣṇa, Murdna Pranipatya Yache, bowing down in front of you. Hey Kṛṣṇa, bowing down in front of you. Bhavantam Ekantam Iyantam Artham. I'm bowing down in front of you and begging you only one thing. Only one thing. What is that you're begging? Avismritihi tvat charanaravinda bhave bhave me astu bhavat prasadat. Oh Lord, I'm begging in front of you with folded hands repeatedly that birth after birth, the only thing I beg from you is, please give me your remembrance. Because the root cause that we have discussed till now is forgetfulness of the Lord, leaving that little finger. Forgetfulness of the Lord. So as soon as we forget the Lord, all the anxieties come. What is the difference between an ordinary person and a realized soul? The realized soul always remembers the Lord and therefore is anxiety free. An ordinary personality in this world, when he forgets the Lord, all the anxieties creep in. And here look at Kulashekar, very beautifully he's praying, Oh Lord, the only thing that I ask you is give me smriti, give me your remembrance. Not just in this life, lifetime after lifetime if I have to take birth. He is not feeling any problem in taking birth lifetime after lifetime. But the only problem that he feels is forgetfulness of the Lord. So in this way, he addresses the root cause directly. Give me your remembrance. Give me your remembrance. See, one thing is very clear. These devotees who always hanker to remember the Lord, surrender to the Lord, their situation is like a little kid, small kid. I had observed this once when I was traveling in a train. So I was just running to catch my train. I think to Jagannath Puri or Mayapur, if I'm not wrong. And I was running with my bag. And there was another lady who was also running, to catch her train. And she had a baby in the arms. And I could see that everyone on the platform is in some or the other anxiety and walking fast and all that. Some are taking care of their bags and some are taking care of their kids, etc., etc. And this kid was there in the arms of the mother, peacefully sleeping. Peacefully sleeping. So looking at that kid, I was thinking, this is how surrendered devotees are. Itna tension hai around, but then this kid is least bothered Because the only great thing that the kid has is the shelter of the mother. And since the kid is there in the arms of the mother, nicely sleeping. So surrendered devotees are like that. Nicely sleeping. Or I should say, free of anxiety in the arms of the Lord. There are many examples, for that matter. How when the devotee does not take anxiety, Lord takes the anxiety. Okay, let me take you all to Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, Yuddha, approximately it was 8th day or 9th day, when Duryodhan, he went to Bhishma Dev and he told Bhishma Dev, you're not doing justice. Bhishma Dev, what justice? You're not giving your best while fighting with the Pandavas. I'm observing you. As soon as one of the Pandavas come, naturally you go down in your vigor to fight. And Duryodhan chastised, it was like a chastisement to Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev felt hurt. And Bhishma Dev said, tomorrow I'll kill all the 5 Pandavas. Now, in that room, it was only Bhishma Dev and Duryodhan. It was night time. Everyone were asleep. But apart from Bhishma Dev and Duryodhan, even one more personality got to know what Bhishma Dev said, and his name was Kṛṣṇa. Now Kṛṣṇa goes to the camp of all the Pandavas. Pandavas are peacefully sleeping at night. Kṛṣṇa went to Arjuna's tent. He's saying, get up Arjun, get up! It's mid of the night. And Arjun got up and he said, what happened? Why you are waking us up in the middle of the night? And Kṛṣṇa said, you know what? Bhishma Dev has taken a vow to kill you all tomorrow. And Arjuna said, that's okay. I want to sleep now. And in that okay, you know what he said? When you are there, why should we be in anxiety? And he slept. And I was so amazed to hear Kṛṣṇa was walking back and forth in anxiety to think how to protect my devotees. He was in anxiety. And then finally he woke Arjuna and he said, see, Bhishma Dev has got 5 golden arrows. He has given that to Duryodhan and I have a plan. Abhi Arjun ne plan nahi banaya kuch. In the entire pastime, Arjuna has not made any plan to save himself or his brothers. Kṛṣṇa made a plan. And Kṛṣṇa told the plan. Kṛṣṇa told it to Arjun, see, Bhishma Dev has made 5 golden arrows to kill each one of you. And Duryodhan has taken it to keep it safely, to protect it nicely. You remember Arjun? Once upon a time, when you saved Duryodhan from some Gandharvas, he told you, whenever you want anything, ask me, I'll give you. Now is the time. Go and ask for those 5 golden arrows. And Arjun, he just went. Anyways, he was not in anxiety of being killed next day. He went and then Duryodhan called him and Duryodhan said, hey, please come. Because after the battle in the evening, they're friends. Morning times are enemies. So this is how Vedic times, proper etiquettes and principles were followed. ऐसे नहीं कि middle of the night a bomb is thrown at other country and innocent people are killed. Now at the demonic time all this is going on. In the Vedic times they had proper etiquettes. Only when sun is there in the sky, fight will take place. As soon as sun sets, everything stops. You cannot kill anyone in the middle of the night. And look at this wonderful etiquette. Enemy is going to the camp of another person, enemy, and he is invited, please come. And Duryodhan is saying, so Arjun, what do you want? You want the kingdom? I'll give it to you immediately. And Arjun is, no, I don't want kingdom. That we'll see tomorrow morning in the battle. Those 5 golden arrows I want. And Duryodhan went, only me and Bhishma Dev knew. How this person got to know? And see, Kshatriyas, once they give word, they'll follow that. They'll not say, nahi, mere paas to aise koi arrow nahi hai. See, even demonic tendency persons like Duryodhan, they also follow some dharma. Immediately he gave the arrows. And next day, Bhishma Dev asked for arrows. And Duryodhan said, Arjuna came and took it away. I don't know how he got to know. Bhishma Dev said, I know how he got to know. That Lord who takes anxiety for his devotees gave him the plan, and that's how the arrows have gone from your hands. अभी देखिए पूरे पास टाइम में कौन था एंजाइटी में? अर्जुन तो एकदम केयरफ्री, so much carefree. And Krishna is taking anxiety. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, there's another very great personality, one of my favorite. His name is Ambarish Maharaj. A great sadhu came to the house of Ambarish Maharaj. It was the next day of Ekadashi. Ambarish Maharaj was supposed to break his fast by drinking water and taking food. So now when guest comes, it's an etiquette that first the guest has to be fed and then the host can accept the food. So Durvasa came, and I don't know what Durvasa had a plan in his mind. So Durvasa said, okay, Ambarish, I'll go take bath and come. After that, we'll take prasad. And Durvasa went, and for a long time he was taking bath. And next day of Ekadashi, that is Dwadashi, there is a slot that is given that's called Paran time. In that, devotees break their fast. So Paran time was about to cross and Ambarish Maharaj was not knowing what to do. So he asked all the ministers there who are very learned in Shastra, "Arey, kya karna hai abhi? Now if I eat before the guest comes back, it's an offense. And if I don't break my fast within this slot, it's an offense. So tell me what is supposed to be done." And Ambarish Maharaj heard from these great personalities sitting in the assembly. They said, see, you can drink water. Because water is such an entity. If you drink it, your fast will break, but at the same time, it is considered that you have not eaten anything. So both the things are taken care. You respect the host, and at the same time, you respect the Paran time. So Ambarish Maharaj took little water. Durvasa Muni comes back. And by his mystic potency, Durvasa could make out, isne pani pi liya. Isne pani pi liya. You know what he did, Durvasa? He just by his meditation, he got to know, and immediately he removed, from the hair, from his shikha. Therefore, we keep shikha. Shikha, and he threw it down. And with his mystic potency, he created a fiery demon. And the description of the demon is very beautifully given in Srimad Bhagavatam. When the demon, he appeared, it was full of fire, holding a trident in the hand. And when the demon was moving, the earth was shaking. That was the situation. Put yourself in the place of Ambarish Maharaj. Just imagine you're standing there and the demon is outside on the road. And the demon is coming towards you. Trishul in the hand. And with every step, the earth is shaking and you're also shaking. क्या करेंगे तभी हम लोग? पीछे से है रास्ता दूसरा विला में जाने के लिए. Just think about it. I was supposed to speak this past time and I was meditating on it. This was a couple of years back. It was early in the morning. The discourse was at 5 o'clock in the morning in one place. And I started going to that place. 4:45, I started walking. No one was there on the road. And I was meditating on this pastime. No human being was there, but dogs were there. So since I knew this pastime, I was contemplating, I should do what Ambarish Maharaj did. I'll tell you all what he did. But before that, I'll tell you what I did. I was walking, and the dogs were looking at me. And suddenly one dog got up, started walking behind me. The only thing that I could do was run from there. Then I was thinking to myself, what Ambarish Maharaj could do, very difficult for ordinary people like us. The demon is walking towards Ambarish Maharaj. And Srimad Bhagavatam Shloka says that he didn't take even one step behind. Forget about running from there. He didn't take one step behind from that place. He was standing in his pranam mudra with his eyes closed, with that small child who was resting on the arms of the mother. The same mood Ambarish Maharaj was remembering the Lord. No anxiety. But who took anxiety when the devotee doesn't take anxiety? The Lord takes anxiety. And in anxiety, this time Sudarshan Chakra came there. Sudarshan Chakra is fire. The demon was also fire. And Srimad Bhagavatam says, Sudarshan Chakra came and burnt the fiery demon. How does that take place? Fire burning fire? Just imagine how much Lord does for his devotees. And now, by the way, who created the fiery demon? When he created the fiery demon, he was not in anxiety. But now when the fiery demon was killed, he became full of anxiety. You know why? Because Sudarshan went, killed the demon, and now Sudarshan started going towards Durvasa. Just think about his situation. And Durvasa understood. Now Durvasa didn't stand with pranam mudra. Durvasa was like me. Sudarshan came and he just ran from there. And it is described, Durvasa ran to different places. He went to Brahma. And Brahma said, get out from here. My abode will get burnt because Sudarshan is behind you. He went to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva said, I cannot do anything. I cannot save because you offended a devotee. And finally, Durvasa goes to Narayan. And you know what Lord Narayan says? I'm sorry. I cannot do anything. And at that time he says, please repeat. Aham bhakta paradhino ya swatantra eva dvija sadhubir grasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta janapriya. So Lord is telling to Durvasa, hey Durvasa, you know what is my situation? My situation is, these sadhus who depend on me, who always remember me, they've actually captured my heart. See, actually the heart is the place where you desire. Heart is the place where you will. So Lord is saying, Sudarshan ko main kaise bolu rokho? Because from the heart I have to tell him, from the heart I have to desire. But I cannot desire because it's captured by my devotees. I am not Swatantra. Lord Narayan is telling Durvasa, forget about devotees controlling me. The followers of my devotees also control me. That is my situation. So many times we might say, Prabhuji, I am holding the little finger of the Lord. But what is the guarantee that He will save me? There's full guarantee from all these pastimes. Lord is giving His own verdict. If someone is surrendering unto me, I will take care of that devotee. And in Bhagavad Gita, He declares it wholeheartedly, openly, in public to everyone. And He says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana pariupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So in this way, we see that Lord is declaring it to the entire world, and He's saying that those devotees who are always remembering me, who are serving me, I will take care of them. And two things He says. I will protect what they have. Boliye, ab anxiety kahan se aayega? When Lord Himself is protecting what we have, anxiety kahan se aayega? And second thing He says, I will provide what they don't have. Isn't it wonderful? Therefore, devotees are free from anxiety. Koi tension nahi. He'll protect what we have and He'll provide what we don't have. As simple as that. But now the question comes, ye Ambarish Maharaj mein itna confidence kahan se aa gaya? Where did you get that confidence from? Because aisa nahi ki every moment we are in anxiety, right? There'll be some spikes in our life suddenly where we get into anxiety. And spike in Ambarish Maharaj's life was that fiery demon who came close to Ambarish Maharaj. So the question comes, ye confidence kahan se aaya unko? And the answer is Ambarish Maharaj's everyday practice. His everyday practice to remember the Lord and take shelter of the Lord. You know what Ambarish Maharaj is doing? This is the last part in which I would like to speak and wind up for today. He was doing amazing practices. And all of us sitting here, we can imbibe these practices. First thing that he used to do is, Savai mana Kṛṣṇa padara vindayo. He used to always meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord. First thing that he would do. Whenever we say meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord, it means meditating on His name, form, qualities, pastimes. Like for example, today we heard about Ambarish Maharaj. So if we just remember this beautiful pastime, that itself is remembering the lotus feet of the Lord. Savai mana Kṛṣṇa padara vindayor. Vacham si vaikunta gunanu varnane. Whenever he would open his mouth, he would glorify the Lord. He would chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He would speak various leelas of the Lord, various qualities of the Lord. Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanu Varanane. Karo Harer Mandira Marjinadishu. He would use his hands to clean the temple, decorate the temple of the Lord, make garlands for the Lord, and so on and so forth. Shrutim Chakara Chutasat Kathodaye. He would use his ears to hear the Katha of the Lord. And Katha means both. Katha spoken by the Lord, that's Krishna Katha, Bhagavad Gita. Katha of the Lord is Srimad Bhagavatam. He would hear both. And then the other things that he would do. Mukunda Linga Laya Darshane Drisho. Using his eyes. He would regularly take darshan of the Lord. Those are the fortunate ones who have such beautiful altar at home. बस यो पट खोलिए और भगवान के सामने खड़े हो जाइए. Yes, and darshan is available. So taking darshan of the Lord. Tadbhritya gatra sparshenga sangamam. Not just serving the Lord, he would use his senses, the sense of touch, to serve the devotees of the Lord by massaging their bodies. Granam cha tatpada saroja saurabhe. Smelling the flowers offered to the Lord. So when we do arti and when we offer flowers, we give it to devotees to smell, the audience to smell. That has immense potency. In Russia, when the preaching began, there were only few people. There was one devotee who would offer flowers to the Lord and just go out on the street and just tell the general public, smell this flower, smell this flowers. Look at the confidence that the devotee had at that time. कोई devotee नहीं उस time पे, गिने चुने थे. And any devotee who was caught by the cops, they would be put behind bars and some of them would be killed also. कोई tension नहीं. Offer the flowers and then going out on the street and then saying, smell these flowers, smell these flowers. Very, very powerful. Shrimat Tulasya Rasanam Tadarpite. What would Ambarish Maharaj do? Whatever he would put in the mouth, first he would offer it to the Lord. And especially tasting Tulasi, accepting Tulasi. Padav Hare Kshetra Padanu Sarpane. Walking towards the Dham of the Lord, temple of the Lord, doing parikrama in different auspicious holy places. Shiro Rishikesha Padabi Vandane. Whenever he would come in front of the Lord, he would bow down his head in front of the Lord. Once there was a strike by Yamadutas. Yamadutas told Yamaraj that we want to quit our job. Before we are laid off, we'll only quit. And at that time, Yamaraj asked what happened. Yamaraj said, we don't know. We don't know now whom are we supposed to get to hellish place or hellish planets. Because there was a case that took place where they went to take someone who was sinful, but he was released by someone else from other team. That is Vishnudutas. So at this point of time, Yamadutas are asking, to kisko le aaye fir hum log? Whom should we get to this hell? We don't find candidates now. So at that time, Yamaraj said, I'll tell you. Those people who have never chanted the holy names from their mouth. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Okay, condition one. We are saved. Second thing he says, those people who never ever bowed down in front of the Lord. So after the Aarti today, or before the Aarti, you all know what you're supposed to do. So in this way, Yamaraj gave a list. And therefore here we see Ambarish Maharaj every day would do this, everyday practice. Kamam chadasya nattu kama kamya, and whatever desires he had, he would make sure that aligns with the desire of the Lord. Whatever Lord wants, I'll do that. Now in this way, even every single day, when Ambarish Maharaj was doing these divine practices, tell me, when that spike came in his life, was it difficult for him to do all this again? Therefore, everyday practice is very, very important. And in Sanskrit, or in the Vedic terms, we call it a sadhana. It's not once in a while. Once one preacher asked a person, so do you come for the programs regularly? And that person said, yes, I'm very regular. Every Janmashtami. So once in a year visiting a temple, regular. That will not work. Every single day, or kya hi karna hai? Chant the holy names of the Lord, do nice aarti, pay obeisance to the Lord, and so on and so forth, which we have discussed now. Therefore, in the critical situations, we'll be able to hold the little finger of the Lord only when we have practice of holding that little finger every single day. And someone might say, Prabhu ji, कुछ तो anxiety होना चाहिए ना जीवन में, नहीं तो thrill कैसे होगा फिर? One thing that we can do is shift our material anxieties to spiritual anxiety. In Vrindavan, almost everyone's BP would be high always, especially Mother Yashoda. Because when Kṛṣṇa was just in the stage of crawling, Mother Yashoda would be in the kitchen and he'll crawl very fast and go to a place where fire is kept to put the hand in the fire. And Mother Yashoda had to run all the way from the kitchen and pick the baby and keep it back, in some other safe place. And again she'll go inside, he'll run to another place where sharp swords are kept. Again she'll come out running. And again she'll keep in a safe place. Again he'll go and crawl very, very fast. And now the goal would be go and touch the sharp teeth of the monkeys or the sharp horns of the bulls. अभी बताइए, ऐसा चंट लड़का. Just imagine, such a restless child. But the restless child is very sweet and divine. And this mother, all the time, वो कभी पीटती नहीं थी कृष्णा को. Never. She'll be always in anxiety. What is taking place now? What's happening? What's happening? Always will be in anxiety. This was the anxiety of Mother Yashoda. And you know what? In the spiritual anxiety, there is a different bliss altogether. Therefore, Mother Yashoda would be always blissful. Always blissful. Similarly, when we devotees, when we organize some festivals for the Lord, obviously it's a great anxiety. Janmashtami is coming up. So many different activities, so many different services to do, and many times devotees are in anxiety. Ye kaise hoga, wo kaise hoga. We're supposed to arrange this and that, and so decoration, and we have to invite people for the program. Prasad kam pad gaya to kya hoga, and so on and so forth. I'm sure the host for today also will be in anxiety. Therefore, they are not seen anywhere here. Yes, anxiety. This is called a spiritual anxiety. Yes. And you can ask them, are you happy or sad? They'll smile and their face will be effulgent. We are happy. So anxiety will be there in life. If at all you want to get rid of anxiety, simple thing, hold the little finger of the Lord tightly, the way Ambarish Maharaj held. And second, shift the anxiety from the material realm to spiritual realm, and our life will be very, very blissful. And the testimonies are there in the Shastra, where it is very nicely proved by all the great personalities that just by taking shelter of the Lord every moment and just by working for the Lord's pleasure, one will be freed from all the anxieties to a level where they can go and counsel others to get rid of anxiety. This is the greatness of taking to Kṛṣṇa consciousness every single moment. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.